Alrighty, good morning, y'all. I'm making Nanaimo bars today, so I'm gonna walk you through the processes and show you the finished product. So, here we go. Alright, I'm making a little bit bigger batch, but it takes 3/4 of a cup of butter. Gonna melt that down, and then we're going to add in order a mixture of cocoa powder and sugar, 3/8 of a cup of sugar, 8 tablespoons of cocoa powder. We're gonna add that to the butter mixture, stir it until smooth. Then we will add 2 eggs, lightly beaten, and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Stir that into the butter, cocoa, sugar mixture. Then we'll remove that from the heat. We'll add 2¼ cups of graham cracker crumbs, 1.5 cups of coconut, and 3/4 of a cup of chopped walnuts. All right, we have melted butter. So now I'm going to dump the cocoa and the sugar in there. We're going to stir it up. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. All right, that's the butter, the cocoa, and the sugar mixture. Now we're going to add the egg and vanilla. Going to give that a good stir. Remove that from the heat. Now we're going to add the graham cracker crumbs. Stir them in. Then we'll add the coconut, and then we'll add the walnuts. I'll show you what it looks like after they're all combined in. All right, so here we are. I've stirred in the coconut, the walnuts, and that's the finished mixture. Now I'm going to dump it into a greased pan and spread it around. All right, there it is in the greased pan. I'm going to use my fingers and spread it around. Once again, I'll show you what it looks like once I finish spreading it, and then I'll press it into place. All right, there it is pressed into place, or spread into place. Then I'm going to use this the bottom of this glass, and I'm going to compact it down as tight as I can. All right, there it is pressed down. Now it's a pretty smooth surface, and so it's pretty tough to get the custard mixture, which is the next thing I'll show you how to make. It's pretty tough to get that to adhere to the graham cracker coconut base. So what I'm going to use is this little utensil. Use whatever you got. I mean, I suppose that would work, and one of these would work. What you want to do is you want to cut grooves into it so that like I said, the custard powder, powdered sugar mixture will stick to the base. So here we go. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alrighty, there you go. Now it's got the grooves all cut into it. Now I got to stick it in the fridge and chill it for at least 20 minutes according to the recipe. Maybe a little bit longer, we'll see. And then I'll get to the custard powdered sugar filling. All right, here's the ingredients for the filling. It's butter, bird's custard powder, milk, and icing sugar. I will once again show you little clips as each ingredient is processed until I have the finished filling, and then I'll spread it onto the base that I've already prepared and is chilling in the fridge. All right, here we go with the filling process. So we got 1/2 cup of butter. We're going to beat that until smooth. Then we're going to add the bird's custard powder and the milk. I'll show you what that looks like, and I'll tell you how much of each in just a second. All right, that's the custard powder in the bowl with the butter. Here's what the container of custard powder looks like. You can get it at World Market, I believe, down here in the States. There used to be a store in LeGrand that sold it, but they haven't carried it for a while, I guess. So anyway, World Market sells bird's custard powder. There's the custard powder in the pan. It looks like it has a bit of a pink hue to it, but as soon as we add the milk to it, you'll see the color change rapidly. All right, recipe calls for 3/8 of a cup of milk, so that's a quarter plus a half of a quarter. So it's got a bit of a yellow hue to it, so I'll put the other bit of milk in there and then start mixing her up. Alrighty, there you go. You can see the custard powder is turning everything yellow. I'll add the powdered sugar in just a minute and complete the process of making the filling. Alright, so I've already mixed 2 cups of the powdered sugar into the butter mixture. I've put in 2 more cups, and I got a half a cup right here that I'm going to put in right now. This is the messiest part of the process, because once I start mixing this, that's powdered sugar is going to puff up all over the place. So, bit of a cleanup afterwards, but it's worth it. All right, here we go. The filling is just about finished. We'll crank it up a little bit, get a little air into it. Alright, next in the process is spreading this evenly across the coconut graham cracker base. So, here we go. Alright, here's what it looks like actually. I should mention it's got kind of a yummy cream. There we go. There we go. This stuff is delicious, so somebody smack me and tell me to stop eating it. Anyway. Moving on to the next step. All right, here we go. The base is chilled. We've got a special knife for frosting it. There's the filling right there. So I'll get going on that, and then I'll shoot a video of what it looks like at the end. All right, there's the filling in the pan, and I'm gonna go about spreading it. I don't have 3 hands, so I can't video myself spreading the filling, so you'll see a finished product in just a minute. All right, there we go. The filling is spread on top of the base. The last process is the chocolate topping, which is always a fun process for me. I never get it quite right, but it always works, so we'll give it a go. Well, I forgot to video the first 2 steps of this process. So I've got a double boiler. I put 3 tablespoons of butter into it and 12 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate, and I'll bring the water to a boil, melt this all down. I'll show you what it looks like when it's melted and smooth, and then I'll pour it over top of the custard and base, and we'll spread it out, and that is the second to last step. After that, all we have to do is score it and cut it into pieces. So, all right, this is about halfway through the melting process, so we're gaining ground. As soon as it's melted and liquid, I will pour it on top of the aforementioned base. All right, once again, I forgot to video myself pouring the chocolate on top, but you'd melt the chocolate down until it's smooth and the butter is incorporated. You pour it into the middle of your pan, and then I just used a rubber spatula to spread it around to cover the entire thing. Now it'll go in the fridge until it's most of the way set, and then I'll pull a knife out and I'll score it. I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so this is the finished product just out of the fridge. The chocolate is set. I've got a knife warming up in that cup of hot water. You want to warm the knife up so that it cuts through the chocolate better and doesn't break the chocolate instead of cutting it. So I'll run a few lines on it right now, and then I will show you what it looks like. All right, that's what she looks like after you've scored it. So I think I got 56 individual Nanaimo bars here. All it took to score it was a good fillet knife. That's what I used. You could actually use an X-Acto knife if you wanted to. Just clean the blade and then just heat it up with some hot water, and it cuts quite nicely through the chocolate. Before serving it, you want to cut all the way through the lower 2 levels down to the base of the pan so that they all break away clean. And enjoy, y'all. Oh, and for the record, that is what a Nanaimo bar is supposed to look like. So, thanks for watching.